9:30 is the time right now. We want to get an update on our breaking news story that we've been covering all morning, which is the standoff in Fremont that ended with a fire on home and now a suspect dead inside.
And most of this playing out during our broadcast this morning beginning at 4 a.m. KRON 4's Will Tran has been reporting live from the scene since we came on the air early this morning and continues our coverage now with the latest. Will?
We got official confirmation at 8:15 this morning from the Fremont Police Department that yes, the suspect is dead. They don't know how he died, if it was because of the injury that he might have sustained during the shootout or because of the huge ball of fire and smoke that basically started at around 2 o'clock in the morning, and we showed it to you live as it happened from between 5 and 7 o'clock. Really intense. It was smoky. The fire reached up pretty much as high as the treetops, and then finally at around 6:45, the Fremont Police Department told the fire department, go ahead and go in and start putting water onto the flames. Now, joining me now is Diane Hendry with the Fremont Division Chief with the Fremont Fire Department. We were speaking a little bit earlier. What was your stance throughout the whole ordeal? It's in your DNA to run in and put out the flames, and in this case, it was standby, right?
That's correct. We responded out to this location with Fremont Police yesterday and worked collaboratively with them. They were in charge of this scene from the get-go, and we were here to support them with what they needed. And that also played out into this morning where in the early morning hours, the fire broke out in the structure.
Many people were tweeting me, Facebooking me. We saw the huge fire, the smoke. There is no way, once he got going, that he could have survived.
It did start small. It was a small fire that grew in intensity over time. PD was still working with the suspect that was barricaded in the home. There was many opportunities for this person to vacate the structure, and at some point, the fire grew to be so big that we went ahead and did an outside operation, which is what we call defensive, and extinguished the fire from the outside.
Any damage to the surrounding building?
No.
Nothing.
No, we contained the fire to the structure of origin, which was the home where the suspect was barricaded.
What's the plan moving forward? Is his body still inside? Has it been removed? Is this your scene, the police's scene? Just give us a little texture.
It's still the police scene. It's a crime scene. They're still investigating the events that started as they unfolded from yesterday. So it's Fremont Police's scene. We have fire investigators on scene to determine the cause and origin of the fire, and then the Alameda County Sheriff's Office is taking over as far as investigating the deceased suspect inside.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I want to bring in this gentleman here. You were in the Safeway at the time. We do know this all unfolded at around 1:30. Near this area here, you were inside the Safeway at the time. Could you tell us what you heard and what you saw? This is live on Channel 4.
Yes, it was a normal day, and I was here at the Safeway on my usual routine, and around 1:30 I heard like boom, boom, like I got like shocked. I said, it's not normal, and all of a sudden I saw a guy like, they were running around in front of the Safeway, and then, went inside. And it wasn't a normal, so I just went to my car, and later I found out it was like a huge shooting, and they actually shot two
Fremont police officers.
Fremont police officers, and later we found out that guy, he went into the house and stayed there for 14-15 hours.
So you knew it was gunshots.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a normal boom boom, it was a big like shots.
And you were inside the Safeway or outside?
I was just coming out, yeah.
Did you duck? Did you run? What was going through? What kind of actions did you take?
No, the first reaction I took is not normal. It's something like it's a gun related. It's like a fight thing. And later I found out like there are 3 suspects. It was just a regular traffic stop, and the guys actually shot the police officers, and they ran it from the scene.
Thank you so much. And just to recap the story, in case you're joining us, official confirmation at 8:15 this morning that the suspect has died. His body is still inside the home. This is still the police scene, the fire department. They're taking care of the hot spots. This will be pretty much, according to one officer I spoke to, they will be here throughout the day, possibly into tomorrow. The suspect's name not being released. The Fremont Police Department, they are not going to comment on the status of those 2 police officers still in the hospital this morning. They believe that possibly he was wounded in the shootout with the police officers, but they don't know yet. They have to do an autopsy if he died because of those injuries or because of the smoke. Lots going on. And then finally, at around, say, 8 o'clock in the morning, the people were told they can leave their homes, they can go to work, they can return to their homes, because many people were not home when this all unfolded, so they were told to stay outside the perimeter. So they slept in their cars, they went to other places, the friends to stay. But finally, this scene is over as far as the manhunt for this suspect. Back to you, James and Daria.
All right, thanks a lot, Will.
Yeah, so our team coverage continues now. Crawford's Avery Harper has more on what Will was talking about, which was the residents that were displaced while that perimeter was up. Good morning, Avery.
Good morning. Well, lots of those residents have been able to return to their homes. There were people who have been out here watching and outside the perimeter. They had been sleeping inside their cars. They've been in there all night. They didn't have places to go. Some of them were torn apart from their families. We spoke with Mickey. He was a father of 2 children. Take a look at some video that we have of his reunion with his children. 2 and 9, they were stuck inside their townhome that was inside the barricaded area with their nanny. And after just about 8:15, that's when police allowed people to return back in, and he was able to get back with his children. Take a listen to what we talked to him about a little before he was able to go back and meet his children.
Yeah, we have a 2-year-old and a 9-year-old inside the house. The good thing is that they're with the nanny, so they're comfortable, but we guys have not been able to sleep the whole night, and we've been talking to him like every hour. Our elder son is really scared. He's been crying, and I'm really scared for my kids. I'm worried for my kids. I'm not frustrated because I really appreciate what the cops are doing, and what happened to 2 of their own is not appreciated. So yeah, I'm scared for and worried for my kids, but then again, I appreciate that the cops are doing everything they can to keep us safe.
Now, I did speak with Mickey just a few minutes ago. He is at his home. His wife is making breakfast, and they're hugging their children really tight today. So this is the culmination. I'm hearing a lot of the same sort of stories from a lot of residents who are here, happy that they can go back to their homes, happy that they can reunite with their families. So back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks a lot, Avery. Yeah, a good ending to a story that was started yesterday here on our air and lasted right through this morning. In fact, at 8:24 was the time we sent out a push alert to tell you the coast was clear, that they were allowing people to go back in, and they had officially confirmed that the armed suspect of the shooter of 2 cops who holed up in that building, in that house, was indeed dead, and they were opening the scene. So download that mobile app if you don't already have it.
We'll be right back with more news in just a minute.